There's something captivating about cats that goes beyond their soft fur or graceful movements. It's a feeling, an almost magnetic pull that many people experience when in the presence of a cat. It's not uncommon for someone who never imagined owning a cat to suddenly find themselves enchanted by one, perhaps while watching a video or crossing paths with a stray on the street. There's a quiet wisdom in their gaze, a sense of knowing that feels deeply personal. Cats don't chase attention like other animals might. Instead, they watch, they wait, and when they approach, it's with an air of dignity that suggests they've chosen you rather than the other way around. In Islamic tradition, this magnetic quality isn't merely seen as charming, it's seen as meaningful. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, recognized the special nature of cats and treated them with immense respect. His compassion towards them wasn't just rooted in kindness, it was a reflection of divine awareness, a recognition of the role they play in the spiritual and physical realms. It's no wonder that over the centuries, cats have been revered in Muslim households, not just as pets, but as pure companions. Their presence brings a sense of calm, their behavior invites reflection, and their silent companionship seems to soothe the soul. Even before science could study animal behavior, the Prophet modeled a way of life that included empathy for all living beings. Among those beings, cats were given a place of honor. They were allowed in homes and even in mosques. Their purity was acknowledged not just in metaphor, but in law. The Prophet taught that cats are not impure, and thus they are not to be shunned or driven away. This might seem like a simple ruling, but it's filled with spiritual wisdom. In a world where people often seek divine connection through rituals, the Prophet showed that compassion itself is a path to nearness with God. There's a famous narration where the Prophet shared water with a cat. He allowed the cat to drink first from his ablution bowl, and when asked why, he explained that cats are clean creatures. That simple act, waiting patiently for a small animal to finish drinking, embodied a spiritual truth that transcends religious boundaries. It taught his followers that love, mercy, and patience are not limited to human interactions, they extend to the entire creation. The Prophet's deep reverence for cats wasn't theoretical, it was expressed through his actions. There was a beloved cat known as Muezza, who would often sit on the Prophet's lap or rest near him during moments of reflection. On one occasion, as Muezza slept peacefully on the Prophet's cloak, he needed to get up, but rather than disturb the sleeping feline, he gently cut the piece of cloth upon which she lay. That decision, made in a quiet moment, speaks volumes. It tells us that consideration and compassion should never be compromised, not even for convenience. Beyond the personal, the Prophet's example created a legacy. His companions observed his actions and began treating cats with the same respect. This spiritual framework of kindness extended into Islamic culture, where cats were not just tolerated, they were welcome. Even in later centuries, scholars and mystics kept cats as part of their lives, often noting the peace that seemed to follow these creatures wherever they went. But why cats? What is it about them that has made them such revered companions in the Islamic world? Perhaps it lies in their quiet nature, the way they move without disturbing the world around them, or the way they seem to perceive something that remains hidden to human eyes. Many people who live with cats have shared strange stories. A cat staring at a corner of the room where nothing is visible, or behaving protectively in moments when danger is not yet apparent. These stories might be brushed off as superstition, but in Islamic tradition they are taken seriously. It is believed that cats may have a unique sensitivity to the unseen. This includes the world of jinn and angels, realities that are affirmed in the Quran and Hadith, but remain invisible to the human eye. A cat might suddenly run away from a space, stare into a void, or refuse to enter a certain room. While these behaviors may seem random, many believe they are actually responses to spiritual presences that cats are able to detect. According to Islamic narratives, cats were created shortly after Prophet Adam, alongside the snake, But unlike the snake, which is often viewed with caution or fear, cats have always been seen as protectors. It is even said that they serve as guardians in the spiritual realm. Some people believe that a cat resting near them brings not just emotional comfort, but a form of unseen protection, especially during prayer or sleep. This belief is not without reason. The Prophet once spoke of the purity of cats, highlighting their special status. In a time when rituals of purification were central to daily life, allowing an animal into spaces of worship was not a light matter. But cats were given that exception. Their cleanliness was not only physical, it was spiritual. They were seen as animals that did not carry najasa, impurity, and as such, their presence was not disruptive but blessed. Those who have cats at home may notice that during prayer, their cat might sit beside them, rest nearby, or even try to climb onto their prayer mat. While this might be viewed as a playful interruption, others interpret it differently. Could it be that cats are drawn to acts of worship? Could they sense the shift in energy when one begins to pray? It's not uncommon for stories to circulate of cats behaving protectively around children or suddenly alerting their owners to unseen dangers. These are not isolated events. They are part of a long-standing belief that cats are more in tune with the spiritual world than we are. Even during the most intense moments of life, the Prophet, peace be upon him, did not overlook the significance of cats. During the military expedition to Uhud, a remarkable event occurred. As the army moved forward, they came across a mother cat nursing her kittens. Many might have passed by without a second thought, but the Prophet saw the moment for what it was, a sacred act of motherhood. He ordered the army to change its course, so as not to disturb her. Not only that, he assigned a guard to watch over the cat and her babies until they could safely move on. After the expedition, when the army returned, the Prophet, peace be upon him, made a decree. The first soldier to receive one of the kittens would become its guardian. One of those kittens ended up in the care of the Prophet himself. He named the cat Muezza, and from that moment on, Muezza became a symbol of divine mercy. Her presence in the Prophet's household was not just sentimental, it was spiritual. She represented a connection between the human and the animal world, a bond based on mutual trust and love. Through stories like these, we learn more than just facts about cats. We learn about ourselves. The way the Prophet, peace be upon him, interacted with animals reflects a deeper understanding of creation. Every being has a role, a purpose, and a soul worthy of respect. In honoring cats, the Prophet taught us to slow down, to observe, and to show mercy. In return, perhaps cats offer us something we can't yet fully explain, a window into the unseen, a reminder of the sacred in the everyday, and a companionship that resonates beyond the physical. Whether we view them as spiritual protectors, graceful companions, or simply adorable creatures, one thing remains clear. The legacy of cats in Islamic tradition is rich, meaningful, and enduring. The more we learn about their place in our faith, the more we realize that they are not just animals to care for. They are beings that in their quiet way help us reconnect with the divine. Cats are not just companions. They are symbols of serenity, guardians of the home, and in many traditions, messengers of the unseen. Within Islamic talks, they hold a status of purity, protection, and quiet power. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized this repeatedly through his words and actions. He once said that cats are not impure, and they should be allowed to move freely within our homes, even in places of prayer. This might seem like a small detail, but it has profound implications. In a religion that places great emphasis on cleanliness and ritual purity, the permission for cats to roam freely is no accident. It's a testament to their spiritual cleanliness and their elevated status in the natural world. Their grace, poise, and cleanliness are not just physical characteristics, they reflect deeper qualities that have long been associated with spirituality. In many Islamic cultures, cats came to symbolize secrecy, protection, and inner peace. They were guardians of libraries, companions of scholars, and silent witnesses to the prayers of mystics. Their presence brought a sense of order to a world filled with chaos. The way they walk softly yet confidently through space mirrors the way a believer moves through the world, with purpose, without disturbance. There's an old belief that cats exist closer to what some describe as the fourth dimension, a realm that sits just beyond human perception. While only Allah knows the truth of the unseen, there's something intriguing about the way cats behave. They often seem to respond to something we can't see, fixing their gaze on empty corners, reacting with fear or curiosity to invisible stimuli. These moments can leave us wondering if their awareness extends into a realm that lies hidden from human sight. Islamic stories and experiences seem to support this idea. The notion that cats may interact with or sense jinn, for example, is widely accepted in many Muslim households. It's not uncommon for a cat to behave strangely in a particular room, only for that space to later be associated with unease or unexplained occurrences. While we must be careful not to fall into superstition, the consistency of such accounts across cultures points to a shared human experience, one that sees cats not merely as pets, but as beings capable of engaging with the unseen. The Prophet often spoke of the importance of treating cats with care. There is even a well-known narration about a woman who was punished in the afterlife for imprisoning a cat, neither feeding it nor letting it find food on its own. This hadith is a powerful warning. It reminds us that cruelty, even towards animals, is a serious offense in the eyes of God. In contrast, there are also stories of individuals who earned forgiveness for acts of kindness toward animals, including a man who was granted paradise for giving water to a thirsty dog. If such mercy can be earned through compassion for animals, then surely cats, creatures so beloved by the Prophet, peace be upon him, deserve our deepest care and respect. Even outside of Islam, cats have long held a sacred place in human societies. In ancient Egypt, cats were worshipped and seen as divine protectors. Their image was carved into temples, and their deaths were mourned with solemn rituals. Harming a cat was a crime punishable by death. They were considered so sacred that when a house caught fire, the first priority was to save the cat, not possessions. It may seem extreme today, but it reflects the awe and reverence these creatures inspired. One ancient legend even says that when a cat died, candles in the household would extinguish on their own, a symbolic mourning of a soul whose light had faded. Whether or not such tales are factual is less important than the message they carry. Cats, with their mysterious aura and quiet strength, have always been recognized as more than just animals. They are bridges between worlds, between silence and sound, between seen and unseen. Among the most fascinating aspects of cats is their purring. To the casual observer, it's just a sound of contentment. But science is beginning to uncover that the purr is more than just a cute noise. The frequencies at which cats purr, ranging between 20 to 40 Hz, have therapeutic effects on the human body. These frequencies are known to stimulate bone regeneration, promote healing, and even reduce the risk of heart disease. For centuries, this was intuitive knowledge. People simply felt better when a cat was nearby, especially when it rested on their chest or lay beside them during sleep. Today, research is confirming what ancient people may have sensed intuitively. Sound, vibration, and frequency all play powerful roles in our health. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." This idea is echoed in Islamic tradition, where the spoken word and sound are deeply meaningful. The Quran itself, when recited, is known to affect not just the listener's soul, but their body and surroundings. So, if sound can carry divine meaning, could it be that the soft purr of a cat is also a kind of healing vibration, a mercy placed within them by the Creator? The idea of healing through sound is not new, but it has often been overlooked in modern medicine. Ancient civilizations were deeply connected to the natural world and sensitive to energies that we now struggle to measure. They understood the power of rhythm, breath, and vibration. In that context, the cat's purr becomes something more. It becomes a form of natural therapy, a gift from nature that quietly soothes us, often without us realizing it. Imagine a cat approaching you after a long, stressful day. It rubs against your leg, curls up beside you, and begins to purr. In that moment, something shifts. Your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens, and your mind begins to quiet. It's not just affection, it's resonance. It's a form of communication that goes beyond words, beyond thoughts. It's as if the cat is reminding you to return to stillness, to reconnect with the rhythm of life. But this gift also comes with responsibility. While cats may offer us peace, comfort, and even healing, they are still living beings with needs, vulnerabilities, and the potential to carry illness. Islam teaches balance in all things. Just as we are told to love and care for cats, we are also reminded to be cautious, clean, and respectful. Proper hygiene, regular care, and thoughtful distance are all part of the trust we hold as their guardians. Neglecting this balance can lead to harm, for us and for them. And yet, when treated with care, cats have the power to bring extraordinary blessings into our lives. Their mysterious behavior, calming presence, and spiritual sensitivity make them unlike any other creature. There's an old story of Abu Bakr al-Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with him, the close companion of the Prophet, peace be upon him. During a time of great pain, a small cat appeared in his life. Its presence brought him comfort, and soon after he dreamt of the Prophet, an encounter that is considered a true vision in Islam. In that dream, the Prophet thanked him and said, "The cat thanks you." It was a moment layered with meaning. Could the cat have been a vessel of divine mercy, a silent messenger reminding him that he was not alone? Those who live with cats know the feeling well, the sudden companionship in moments of sorrow, the unexpected comfort during illness, the silent stare that feels like understanding. All of these hint at something deeper, a connection that doesn't need words to be real. In our fast-paced, noisy world, the quiet companionship of a cat is a reminder of life's subtle miracles. They teach us to listen without speaking, to be present without performing, and to love without conditions. There's a profound beauty in how they occupy our spaces, not demanding but ever aware, not loud but always present. They seem to carry a piece of the mystery of life within them. Perhaps that's why their presence is so healing, because in their calm, in their gaze, and in their silence, they bring us closer to something eternal. And perhaps, just perhaps, that's what makes them truly sacred.